On a warm August night in the peaceful town of Holloway, North Carolina, little did anyone know that the ordinary was about to be shattered. Amanda Belle Harper, a beloved member of the community, celebrated her 34th birthday at Bruno's Trattoria with her husband Daniel. It was a night meant for joy, for laughter, and for cherishing the simple moments of life. The restaurant was cozy, filled with the comforting murmur of conversations, the clinking of glasses, and the tantalizing scent of garlic and simmering sauces. A perfect setting for a birthday celebration. Amanda, radiant in a flowing blue sundress and adorned with her grandmother's cherished silver locket, seemed genuinely happy, her smile lighting up the room. She was the picture of contentment. Security cameras, ever vigilant, captured Amanda and Daniel leaving the restaurant at 9:15 p.m. These recordings would later become crucial, offering a glimpse into the last known moments of Amanda's life. Amanda just ahead, smiling, completely unaware that this seemingly ordinary departure would be her last known moment, a snapshot frozen in time. Their home was only a short drive away, a familiar route they had traveled countless times. But on this night, Amanda never made it back. That night, the anticipated promise of birthday cake and lovingly chosen gifts was abruptly replaced by a chilling, unanswered question: where is Amanda? Holloway was a quiet, close-knit town, a place where neighbors knew each other and doors were rarely locked. It was a community unaccustomed to fear, making Amanda's sudden and inexplicable disappearance all the more shocking. Amanda, a beloved librarian known for her kindness and gentle spirit, vanished without a trace. The blue sundress, the locket, the woman from the restaurant, all gone, leaving behind only unanswered questions and a growing sense of dread. The joy of the night dissolved into a perplexing mystery that would forever haunt the town and its residents. The birthday celebration abruptly ended, replaced by a new and unsettling darkness. Amanda's disappearance was not just a loss. It felt like an erasure, a void that consumed the town's peace. The silence that followed was deafening, amplifying the fear and uncertainty. The town's inherent sense of safety was irrevocably shattered. Amanda's story was no longer about a birthday celebration, but about a desperate and urgent search for answers, a race against time to bring her home. The last image of her, smiling, stepping confidently into the night, would become a haunting and indelible memory, forever etched in the minds of those who knew and loved her. And so, a night of celebration became the beginning of Holloway's greatest and most enduring mystery, a puzzle that would test the limits of the town's resilience and forever alter its perception of safety. The next morning, Daniel Harper placed a call to the police, his voice laced with panic and desperation. Amanda was gone, vanished without a trace. He claimed that they'd had a disagreement after dinner, a minor spat, and Amanda, upset, left for a walk around 10 p.m. to clear her head. Her car keys and purse were left untouched on the kitchen counter. Only her cell phone was missing, adding another layer of mystery to the unfolding situation. Police found the house spotless. No signs of struggle, nothing appeared to be out of place, creating an eerie sense of order amidst the chaos of a missing person. As the investigation progressed, Daniel's story began to shift and change. First, the argument was about money, a financial disagreement, then about a vacation, a disagreement over travel plans. Seasoned investigators noted the inconsistencies in his statements, raising red flags. Amanda's walks to clear her head were supposedly a common occurrence, a way for her to de-stress, but this time, she never returned home. Police dogs were brought in, but they found no scent. The trail went cold almost immediately, as if she had simply vanished into thin air. Volunteers searched nearby parks and dense woods, calling Amanda's name into the darkness. But there was no answer, only silence. Daniel did not join the extensive searches, citing overwhelming grief and emotional distress, but his absence was certainly noticed by the authorities and the community. The lack of any substantial evidence was unsettling and deeply concerning. Amanda's disappearance seemed almost too clean, too perfectly orchestrated. The community's initial hopes slowly faded as the days turned into weeks, with no sign of Amanda. Daniel's constantly shifting story and his overall detachment from the search efforts only served to raise further suspicions in the eyes of the investigators. The search area widened, encompassing more and more ground, but Amanda remained missing, lost without a trace. The only thing left behind was a growing sense of unease that permeated the entire community. The perfect home, the perfect husband, the perfect story, but something was clearly amiss. Something just didn't add up. And the haunting question lingered in the air: what really happened to Amanda Harper that fateful night? Weeks turned into months, and the search for Amanda seemed to hit a dead end. Then, a break in the case. Amanda's missing cell phone was found in a park. The park was located 2 miles from her home, a place she often visited to clear her head. On it, police discovered a series of unsent texts, offering a chilling glimpse into Amanda's state of mind. One message was to her sister, "I'm finally doing it, I'm leaving him." Another unsent text was to a divorce attorney, suggesting she was taking concrete steps to change her life. Amanda's sister, during a tearful interview, revealed that Amanda had been meticulously planning to leave Daniel for months. She described him as increasingly controlling and possessive in the weeks leading up to Amanda's disappearance. Friends confirmed Amanda felt trapped in her marriage, documenting Daniel's increasingly erratic behavior in a missing journal that has yet to be found. The birthday dinner, meant to be a celebration, was likely Amanda's last night pretending that everything was all right. A neighbor's security camera, positioned across the street, showed 2 figures walking down the street late that night after 10 p.m. The timing matched Daniel's story about their walk after dinner, but the second, larger figure seemed to be deliberately following the first, maintaining a consistent distance. The footage was frustratingly too grainy to positively identify anyone, but the unsettling dynamic between the 2 figures only deepened the suspicion surrounding Daniel. Piece by piece, Amanda's secret life, her carefully laid plans, her growing fear, began to come into sharper focus. The image of a happy wife, once so convincing, was now revealed to be just a carefully constructed mask, hiding a world of discontent. The missing journal, potentially filled with damning evidence, and the chilling surveillance footage deepened the mystery surrounding Amanda's disappearance. The case was no longer just about a missing woman, it was about a web of secrets, lies, and hidden motives, all concealed in plain sight. The truth seemed tantalizingly close, yet remained frustratingly just out of reach, obscured by layers of deception. And the town, gripped by fear and speculation, wondered, was Amanda running away from a life she couldn't bear, or was she being hunted by someone she knew? The investigation stalled. No body, no crime scene, no evidence. Daniel agreed to a polygraph, then lawyered up and stopped cooperating. He withdrew from public view, fueling suspicion. Months passed. Searches turned up nothing. Amanda's face was everywhere, but hope faded. Then, a year later, Daniel remarried. His new wife Jessica had worked with Amanda at the library. He sold the house and left town, leaving Amanda's family devastated. The remarriage reignited public anger and suspicion, but Daniel remained a free man. Legally, there was nothing to hold him. The case stayed open, but with no new leads, it grew cold. Amanda's disappearance became one of North Carolina's most haunting mysteries. The town was left with rumors, anger, and heartbreak, and Amanda's story remained unfinished, a question with no answer. 3 years later, a hiker in Pisgah National Forest found a tarnished silver locket. Amanda's. The forest was 150 miles from Holloway, far outside the original search area. The locket's discovery reignited the case but brought more questions than answers. Did Amanda escape and lose the locket, or was it planted to mislead? Police launched a new search but found nothing else. 2 theories emerged. Amanda ran and started a new life, or she was a victim of foul play. The locket offered a glimmer of hope but also deepened the mystery. Amanda's family clung to hope, praying she was alive somewhere. Others feared the worst, suspecting the locket was a false clue. The search for Amanda continues. Her memory endures in Holloway, a symbol of unanswered questions. The truth remains hidden in the shadows of the past, and the town waits, hoping one day Amanda's story will finally be told. As the search for Amanda reignited, investigators turned to the people of Holloway. New witness statements began to surface, each clouded by memory, fear, and perhaps something more. I saw Amanda by the old oak, right before dusk. She was arguing with a man I didn't recognize. He looked angry. She looked scared. No, that's not right. She was alone. I saw her walking quickly, looking over her shoulder. There was a dark car parked near the playground. Engine running, lights off, people are making things up. Amanda left with friends. I heard laughter. She wasn't scared, she was happy, celebrating. I would have noticed anything strange, but as each account emerged, so did contradictions. Memories twisted by time or perhaps shaped by hidden motives. Some witnesses seemed convinced of their truth, others less certain, their voices trembling as if haunted by doubt. Were these glimpses of what really happened, or red herrings? Did Amanda truly argue with a stranger, or was it a trick of the light and anxious minds? Was the car a sign of danger, or an innocent bystander's vehicle? With every new statement, the line between fact and fiction blurred. The truth slipped further away, lost in a maze of shadows and suspicions. And for Amanda's family and all of Holloway, the wait for answers grew more agonizing with each passing day. As the investigation deepened, the Holloway police released portions of their interview transcripts, shedding new light on Daniel's story and casting longer shadows. Detective: "What time did you last see Amanda?" Daniel: "It was just after 9, she left to get some air." Detective: "Earlier you said she left at 9, surveillance shows her outside at 8:40. Daniel: I must have been mistaken. It all happened so fast." Then came the evidence. A scarf, stained with blood, found near the edge of the woods matching one Amanda was seen wearing the night she vanished. Tucked inside, a note written in shaky script. Its meaning, unclear. Its implications, chilling. And on the crumpled paper, a partial fingerprint just enough to raise questions, not enough to answer them. The print didn't match Amanda, but it didn't match Daniel either. Each new discovery unraveled another thread in the fabric of certainty. Daniel's shifting timeline, the evidence that pointed in every direction, and none at all. For the investigators and Amanda's loved ones, hope flickered between the lines of the transcripts and the shadows of the evidence. But in Holloway, trust was fading, and the truth seemed more elusive than ever. Just as the investigation seemed to reach a dead end, a stunning development rocked the quiet town of Holloway. A new witness stepped forward, someone who had remained silent until now. Clutching a battered phone, the witness revealed a grainy video clip, recorded by chance on a rainy night weeks after Amanda's disappearance. The footage, shaky and blurred, shows a woman matching Amanda's description, hurrying through a dimly lit alley, glancing over her shoulder before vanishing into the shadows. The timestamp is unmistakable, nearly a month after Amanda was last seen at her own birthday party. Detectives scoured the video for clues. Was it really Amanda? Or simply a case of mistaken identity? The frame freezes on the woman's face, but the image is too distorted to give a definitive answer. Rumors spread quickly. Was Amanda alive, living under a new name, or running from something or someone? Theories multiplied. Some believed she was trying to escape her old life. Others whispered about a deeper conspiracy. As the case files grew thicker, so did the uncertainty. The video, instead of bringing closure, only deepened the mystery. Police urged anyone with information to come forward, but the town was left with more questions than answers. In Holloway, Amanda's story became a ghost story. Haunting, unfinished, and echoing with unresolved doubts. The truth, it seemed, had slipped just out of reach, leaving behind only shadows and speculation. Just when Holloway's whispers seemed to quiet, 2 new witnesses emerged, each casting fresh doubt and hope over Amanda's fate. The first, a local fisherman named Carl, nervously recalls his encounter to police. In the flickering light of a late-night street lamp, he claims he saw Amanda near the riverbank, locked in a heated argument with a tall, unfamiliar man. Carl's voice trembles as he describes Amanda's gestures, pleading, desperate, her silhouette outlined against the rushing water. "I heard her say, 'You don't have to do this,'" Carl insists in his recorded statement, and then they disappeared into the trees. But just as investigators begin to chase this thread, a second witness steps forward. Marissa, a bus station attendant, swears she saw Amanda just days later. According to Marissa's report, Amanda boarded the midnight bus heading out of town. She looked anxious, constantly glancing over her shoulder, but there were no signs of distress or coercion. She paid in cash, kept her head down. When I asked if she was okay, she just nodded and said she needed to leave, Marissa recounts, tears welling in her eyes. Police transcripts reveal the confusion and frustration gnawing at Amanda's family. Her mother's voice cracks as she listens to the conflicting stories. If she left on her own, why wouldn't she call us? But if someone heard her, why would she be seen on that bus? The uncertainty is almost too much to bear. Detectives face a tangled web. 2 credible witnesses, 2 irreconcilable timelines. Did Amanda vanish into the night by the river, or did she choose to disappear, seeking a new beginning? As the investigation spirals, the community is left to grapple with hope and heartbreak, wondering if the truth about Amanda will ever come to light. And then, just as the trail felt coldest, a breakthrough, one that would turn the entire investigation on its head. While combing through Amanda's financial records, detectives stumble upon a hidden safe deposit box registered under her maiden name. The contents are as mysterious as they are revealing: a well-worn journal, a prepaid burner phone, and a single cryptic letter addressed to her younger sister. The journal's pages are filled with Amanda's neat handwriting entries that speak of mounting fear, late-night footsteps echoing outside her window, and the feeling of being watched. In one passage, Amanda confides, If anything happens to me, look for the key in the place we used to hide from storms. A coded message tucked between mundane grocery lists and sketches hints at a secret rendezvous, one she feared but felt was her only way out. Detectives pore over the burner phone searching for numbers, texts, anything that could point to Amanda's plans or her pursuer. Each clue raises more questions than answers, but it's the letter to her sister that cracks open the family's pain. In the police station, Amanda's sister unfolds the note with trembling hands. Tears stream down her face as she reads Amanda's words, apologies, confessions, and a desperate plea for understanding. "I'm sorry I can't explain everything. I'm doing this to protect you. Please, don't look for me." The room is silent except for her quiet sobs. The journal, the phone, the letter, they offer new hope, but also a deeper mystery. Was Amanda running from someone, or something? And did she ever make it to that secret meeting? As the evidence is analyzed and Amanda's family grapples with the discoveries, the sense of urgency in the investigation is renewed. The truth, it seems, is finally within reach, but so are the shadows Amanda tried so hard to escape. The investigation takes one last electrifying turn. Forensic analysts have just returned with results from the locket and the scarf found deep in the woods. The DNA doesn't match anyone in Amanda's immediate circle. Instead, it points to someone the police had overlooked, a local handyman, known around town but rarely noticed, carrying a hidden past. Detectives bring him in for questioning. Under the bright, unyielding lights of the interrogation room, the handyman's resolve crumbles. His confession is as shocking as it is heartbreaking. He admits to helping Amanda vanish, orchestrating her disappearance at her desperate request. He tells the police about Amanda's fears, her plea for freedom, and the lengths she was willing to go to escape her controlling husband. Every detail matches the entries in Amanda's journal, the secret codes, the late-night rendezvous. The truth is finally revealed. Amanda, alive and safe, is reunited with her family in a moment overflowing with emotion. Tears, apologies, and relief fill the room as years of grief and confusion melt away. The town, once gripped by suspicion and rumor, begins to heal. Amanda's story of fear, resilience, and escape becomes a testament to the strength it takes to seek a new beginning. As the camera lingers on Amanda's bittersweet smile, we're left with a single, powerful truth. Sometimes the only way out is through the shadows, and sometimes hope wins after all. As the dust settles, and the truth finds its voice, the town gathers, both in person and around flickering television screens, to witness Amanda share her story for the first time. In a heartfelt interview, Amanda speaks openly about the years of silent suffering, the courage it took to reach out, and the kindness of strangers who became her lifeline. Her words echo far beyond the studio, touching hearts across the community and beyond. Neighbors, once divided by suspicion, now come together in understanding. Town leaders and advocates organize forums on recognizing the signs of hidden abuse, vowing to listen and support those in distress. Amanda's story sparks difficult but necessary conversations, in coffee shops, schools, and living rooms, about the importance of compassion and vigilance. As Amanda embraces her family, the weight of the past slowly lifts. The scars remain, but so does resilience. The final images linger on the town's healing. Children drawing chalk hearts on the sidewalks, neighbors lighting candles for hope, and Amanda standing strong, her smile no longer bittersweet, but truly free. Her message is clear: no one should ever suffer in silence, and help is always within reach. The story closes not just with answers, but with a promise that from darkness, light can always emerge, and that every voice, when heard, can change a life. A testament to survival, community, and the power of hope. Before the storm, before the secrets and the shadows, Amanda was a child like any other, her world colored by laughter, gentle hands, and the warmth of family. As we turn back the clock, sepia-toned memories flicker to life. Amanda chasing fireflies in her grandmother's garden, her small fingers entwined with her father's as he lifts her into the air, the echo of lullabies sung softly in the twilight. At bustling family gatherings, Amanda's eyes shine with curiosity and kindness. She's the peacemaker between squabbling cousins, the first to offer her slice of cake to a friend in tears. Even as a child, she carries within her a quiet strength, a resilience that blooms in the face of adversity. In moments of solitude, Amanda sits beneath the old oak tree, diary in hand. She writes about her dreams, her fears, and the invisible battles she faces. Her mother's gentle encouragement, whispered late at night, becomes a mantra. "You are braver than you believe, Amanda." These early glimpses reveal the roots of Amanda's determination, the unwavering spirit that would one day carry her through unimaginable trials. The warmth of family, the lessons of empathy, and the seeds of hope planted in her heart long before the darkness came. As the scene fades, Amanda's childhood smile lingers, a testament to the enduring power of love and the inner light that guides her, even in the darkest hours. Beneath the flicker of a lone desk lamp, a new figure emerges, retired Detective Frank Mallory, a man whose life has become entwined with Amanda's disappearance. His office is a labyrinth of case files, faded photographs, and maps threaded with red string, each clue a whisper from the past he can't let go. Frank's obsession drives him into the midnight rain, notebook in hand as he circles the quiet streets of the town Amanda once called home. In the shadows of the diner, he leans across cracked vinyl booths, pressing townspeople for the truths they've kept hidden. Each interview peels back another layer, an old friend with a grudge, a neighbor whose alibi doesn't quite fit a teacher who remembers strange phone calls late at night. Moody streetlights illuminate tense exchanges in parking lots and whispered confessions behind closed doors. With every conversation, Frank uncovers overlooked evidence, a torn photograph, a misplaced key, a forgotten voicemail that challenges everything the police believed. Motives once buried now simmer to the surface, jealousy, betrayal, debts unpaid. As Frank pins a new piece of evidence to his wall, the mystery deepens. The more he learns, the more he realizes the town itself is a web of secrets, and Amanda's fate may be entangled in ways no one ever expected. The hunt for answers is far from over, and in the detective's relentless pursuit, hope flickers once again in the darkness. The rain beats against the window as Amanda's mother, Evelyn, sits alone at the kitchen table. Lightning flickers, illuminating the worry etched deep into her face. Suddenly the mail slot clatters. A single water-stained envelope slides across the floor. Close-up trembling hands pick it up, the ink on the front smeared by the storm. The letter is unsigned, the handwriting shaky. As Evelyn reads the cryptic message, "She's closer than you think, don't give up." Her breath catches. Tears well in her eyes and the world blurs around her, flashes of memory. Amanda's laughter echoing through the house, birthday candles glowing, a mother's arms wrapped tight in a final embrace. The storm outside mirrors the turmoil within, thunder rolling as Evelyn clutches the letter to her chest. Determined, she gathers the family in the flickering candlelight, hope and fear mingling on their faces. The letter reignites a spark, a reason to search again, to believe that Amanda's story isn't over. As the rain pours down, Evelyn steps outside, the letter held tight. The camera lingers on her silhouette, framed by lightning, as she vows to follow every clue. In this moment, a mother's love becomes unbreakable, a force that could shatter even the darkest secrets. The search for Amanda is reborn, fueled by a fragile hope and the haunting words of an anonymous stranger. Night blankets the small town as hundreds of candles flicker in trembling hands, their golden glow pushing back the darkness. Families, friends, and strangers gather in the town square, each face illuminated by hope and sorrow. The camera pans across tear-streaked cheeks and tightly clasped hands, the silence broken only by the soft murmur of prayers and the gentle weeping of those who loved Amanda. A close-up on a weathered photo of Amanda, pinned to a memorial board, surrounded by flowers and handwritten notes. One by one, people step forward to share memories, her infectious laugh at the summer fair, the kindness she showed to newcomers, the dreams she once whispered to her closest friends. Each story adds another thread to the tapestry of Amanda's life, each candle a promise not to forget. But as the vigil continues, tension simmers beneath the surface. Voices once soft with grief rise with accusation and suspicion. Old wounds reopen, neighbors arguing in hushed tones about what really happened, glances cast at the husband, at friends, at anyone who might know more than they admit. A heated exchange breaks out near the edge of the crowd, suspicion twisting grief into anger. Yet, even as divisions threaten to fracture the community, the candlelight unites them all in a single silent plea. For answers, for justice, for Amanda. The camera lingers on flickering flames reflected in tearful eyes, on hands reaching out in comfort, and on the shadows where secrets still hide. Tonight the town stands together and apart, bound by love, divided by doubt. And as the candles burn low, the search for Amanda burns brighter than ever. Abstract visuals drift across the screen, Amanda's childhood laughter echoing over a sunlit field, her silhouette dancing at the edge of memory. Faces from the past and present blend into one another, moments of joy, sorrow, and unanswered questions swirling in a dreamlike haze. The camera follows Amanda's shadow as it moves through scenes of her life, finally stepping toward a horizon painted with the first light of dawn. If you're listening, maybe you're searching too, for answers, for meaning, for the truth that slips between what is said and what is left unspoken. I remember the warmth of candles, the hush of prayers, the weight of eyes searching for hope in the darkness. Fear walks hand in hand with hope in a place like this. Sometimes they are the same thing. I think of laughter echoing in empty rooms, of promises whispered in the hush before dawn. I think of all the stories I left behind, unfinished, waiting. I wonder if you see me in dreams, or if I am only a name now, drifting on the wind, but I am still here in every question asked, in every truth uncovered and every secret still hidden. The search for answers is a kind of love, unyielding, relentless. Maybe that's what keeps the dawn coming, even after the longest night. The silhouette of Amanda walks into the growing light, the past and present blurring together. The camera lingers on the horizon, golden with possibility, as her voice fades to a whisper. Keep searching, keep hoping. Sometimes the truth is not an ending, but a beginning. The screen fades to white, leaving the mystery unresolved, but hope alive.